Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is obviously a different video from what you guys are used to seeing. I usually do clips and stuff like that of me playing, but I think this is a video that I've been thinking about doing for a long time, and I finally decided to do it today. So, as you can tell by the title, this is things that Fortnite should fix, or things they should add that would just make the game better, a better experience to play. So, I am a little bit of a different situation. I've only been playing for a few seasons. I did join the game in Season 7 of Fortnite, so I haven't been here through everything, but I can tell just from what I have played, of the seasons that I have played a lot of Fortnite, and there's so many things that I think they could just fix and it would make the game so much better, like just small things that could just make the game better, and I'm going to be talking about all of that in this video right now. So basically, there's just like so many small things, and one of them I do believe that could really make the game better is just a little more consistency with how they update the game. I do think that if they did like small things, there was a time in Fortnite where they would update the game every few weeks, like every 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and then it would keep it fresh. You know, they would have consistently patch notes that would let you know what's going on in the game, and it was just a better time then because you knew more about what was going on. So I think having more consistent updates would be really helpful. Not to mention if Epic Games added, they don't even really need to add anything new. I mean, there's so many old things that they could just bring back that would just make the game so much better, like mobility items. Let's say if they brought back like the quad crasher, the baller, a new vehicle for mobility. Like, they don't even need to make a new vehicle. They could just bring back what they had before. Like, it wouldn't really be that difficult. Like, imagine today's Fortnite with like a quad crasher, and it gave you the ability to fly around the map with the quad crasher. It would just make a huge difference in games, competitive games or normal pub matches, and just having that added mobility would just be so helpful. Like in Season 9 they had slipstreams. They could do like a similar system of mobility. I don't think just bringing back slipstreams would be good, but they could do something along the lines of like how they tried to make new mobility. They could do something similar, just add something new that would help you move around the map. There's just so many things that would help players move around the map faster that they really should add, that would just make the game a better experience. As for the mobility, maybe they could bring back like an item like shockwaves or impulses. Maybe they could bring back the normal grapple. Just small things, because like as of right now, the helicopters and the boats, they help, but that added mobility would definitely just make it so much easier and better. There would be so many extra things you could do with added mobility. Another thing, getting off of the topic of mobility, just straight updating the game with like new items, like for example guns. Like maybe, I don't know, a new gun every like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, like something consistent. They don't even have to put in a new gun. If they could just like unvault, because here's the thing, Fortnite has so many guns in the vault right now, so many items in the vault. They don't even have to make anything new at this point. Like, they could just bring back old items that they had before, and that would be so helpful that they really don't even have to do anything new. They really just need to add what they already had in the game. Obviously, it was taken out of the game for a reason. Maybe they could just put something in and like tweak it a little bit to this kind of new age of Fortnite. Tweak the item, make it different, you know. But I do think that if they just like say unvolted a few guns every so often, that it would make an incredible difference. Things like the hunting rifle, for example, you know, trick shotting in normal games is kind of hard now. There's not too many things, like there's no flintlock pistol. That would be nice to see. The hunting rifle, you know, for cool shots. Stuff like that. Impulse grenades. I don't know, things to make the game more fresh, make it seem more fresh. Add those type of items. It'll be so incredibly helpful. As for things like traps are concerned, because obviously the traps have been volted, um, I don't feel like the traps necessarily need to come back, but in the case of the traps, if they do bring them back, I feel like they should probably change it or modify the trap if it was to come back. Here's a few things I would say for the trap. I would say, number one, reduce the damage from, I believe it was 150. Just reduce it to 100. Like, I feel like that would just make it better. Maybe even, so another thing for the traps, if a player is still alive, but they are, like, nowhere near their trap, I feel like it shouldn't go off. I feel like someone places a trap early game, and then they kind of just run off, and then like someone comes from a different location, they come on, and then they just die to a trap after like all of the whole game they've spent trying to get loot to win a game, and that's all just a waste of time because of a trap. I don't know, I feel like that's just kind of dumb. And then another thing, if someone places a trap and they die, the trap honestly should break or deactivate or something. It shouldn't work anymore. Because if a dead player, someone that died a long time ago, got a kill off of a trap and it just ruins someone else's game when they're already dead, I feel like that's just so dumb. But yeah, I think that's all I have to really say about the traps. But another thing, let's say if someone jumps into like, or let's say someone boxed up and like put a whole trap box, like, and you killed them, the traps still go off. I don't know. I feel like they maybe could do something. I don't know if like you killed the guy before the trap went off, the trap like deactivated or something. I feel like that'd be really cool. Something like that would be really cool to implement. So it wouldn't be as infuriating if you killed somebody and then they just put a whole trap room, which I feel like that might be one of the reasons that they took traps out. But at the same time, it's like they could fix that issue without completely taking the traps out of the game. Another thing they should fix, a lot of competitive players in a lot of the pro games have been experiencing a lot of lag, and it's really been messing them up. And there has been, I believe Epic Games sent out like a tweet or something, and they said that they were going to disable competitive modes because they knew it was laggy. And then like not too long after, they brought out competitive modes again, and pro players were experiencing lag, and they didn't play as good because their servers were a little messed up. So Epic Games needs to fix the issues they're having with the competitive modes, the arena, all of that stuff, and they need to fix it really soon. That will make a huge difference in a lot of people's games. Just like fixing lag issues with the servers and stuff, like that would just make a huge difference. Another thing, I do definitely think that Epic Games is in a pretty odd situation as of right now for like map changes, but I feel like they've done pretty good. Like with the new map, they've done a good job at doing certain things in certain areas, but I think they should still modify some things just on the map. Give us like some old POIs back. I think that would be nice. Some POIs that were already in the game, like bring them back. and that would make a huge difference. That'd be so cool to see some of those old locations return. Like they have already started bringing back the old Tilted and Lazy. I think they brought back like one building. Like if they could just like add a couple more, even like straight up replace Lazy with old Tilted, that'd be pretty cool to see the OG Tilted return. That'd be like really nice. And maybe bring back other POIs that people really enjoyed landing. And just replace some of the places that people don't like going as of right now. Places that people don't go to as much. And replace those areas with the new or the old POIs. And then maybe like modify the POI a little bit. Like add some things that would make it kind of different. Don't completely change him, but add like a few different things. That would help. That'd be really nice to see some like old POIs return with these modifications. I think that would be really cool. I'm trying to think here. Did I cover most of my points? Well, there is actually another thing regarding the old POIs returning. Maybe if you're gonna bring back a new POI, do an event or something, because it's been a long time since we've had an actual Fortnite event that follows up with the storyline that Epic Games was doing. They had like a whole storyline with like the meteor and stuff, and the rocket, and then like, you know, how they added stuff like, I don't know, the rifts when all of that was happening. But they haven't had like a storyline event in a long time, and I feel like that really helps. Like an in-game event, that would just be so refreshing to see another one of those, to see that Epic Games is still like kind of working with like the storyline that they started with. That would just be nice, because they haven't done that in a long time. And I do believe that a lot of people do want to see that happening, and if it does happen, it'll just be cool to see, because the events that Epic Games did were really cool. Like they did a really good job like animating the events and doing all of that. So if they could just bring it back, that'd be really nice. And then there obviously is some other things that Epic Games should do that would improve certain aspects of certain areas. And I feel like Epic Games, you know, we're coming up on Chapter 2 Season 3. That'll be here fairly soon. I hope, unless they delay the season. I hope they don't do that again. But, I don't know, just things that Epic Games should really think about going into this next season of Chapter 3, or Chapter 2 Season 3 of Fortnite. You know, certain things that they really should just think about, that they should just add or change or implement, just different things to keep the game fresh still. That would just be really nice to have. So if Epic Games wants to keep this game fresh, in my opinion, then I also do feel like they should listen to more of the community, what they're saying, because I really do think that the community will help make this game better if Epic Games would just listen to what the community is saying about certain topics. But that is basically gonna wrap it up for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Do appreciate it. Epic Games, fix your game. I love playing it. I'm not gonna stop playing Fortnite. It's a fun game. I'm gonna keep playing it. You'll see more of my normal content coming out soon. But I did feel like I needed to make this video. So thank you guys a lot for watching. Do greatly appreciate it. Go subscribe, like, all the good stuff. Comment some suggestions for Epic, and bye.